Hey, what's up? Oh my god, you'll never guess what just happened to me. Shut up. What? No, add it to the list. Are you ready for this week's ins and outs? I'm ready, bitch. I'm on my way to the studio. Let's go!
Alright, we're on. Welcome to the show, babe. Welcome to the show. Episode 14 of On the List. On the List. Welcome back. Sorry, I only had hours to do this. I got new shoes, everyone. Slaying.
I know, they remind me why I can't afford to eat this week. Because I bought them.
Well, that's very millennial.
Sometimes you have to just prioritise.
A little treat does wonders.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is our first one since not having a guest.
I guess. I know. Back to the OG.
There
will be more guests coming in the future. So tune in for that. But for now, shall we rapid fire?
Let's rapid fire.
I need to stop making that noise. Ins, humuggery.
Youth Jesus conventions.
Being okay with being ugly sometimes.
Getting tattooed by hot men.
Oh, lava lamps.
Oh, I thought you were adding to mine. You're like, love.
I do. Love, full stop, lava lamps.
Yeah. Saying things in English accents, aka bruv, aka literally, aka disgusting, and aka I got a text.
A good scratch.
Leaning into being misunderstood.
Ooh, saying hi to the moon.
Turning the music up in your car so you can't hear the noise it's making.
Emotional regulation.
Bartering.
Post-sex brain chemicals.
Frozen yogurt.
Your taste buds changing. Shut up, what have you got?
No, that.
Oh, I know. It's huge in.
Huge in. I remember I didn't like pickles.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, playing dumb and scratching an itch by burning it.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe fucking your friends is in this. Alright.
The thing I love about the pod is things can change.
Oh, nothing's written in stone.
No,
I've always said that.
Even though it's on the internet, doesn't mean it's the truth forever.
The truth is not on the internet, I can tell you that. My outs. Yeah. Being itchy.
What?
Being itchy?
Oh, yeah, no. Out, car dashboard dust. Get everywhere!
Being in your luteal phase.
Frangipani's in winter.
Or
frangipani trees in winter is what I meant to say. Out. Frangipani trees in winter.
Having the sniffles.
BFM, aka bare fucking minimum.
Tailgating.
Eating well to lose weight and not losing a single gram.
Percentages and fractions.
Division.
Oh.
Long division, confusing. Bills.
Tall guys with Tall guys with short girls with tall guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantasizing the ladder.
Getting a full face of filler if you're under 40. And that's not like targeted to you, but just like the whole of the Gold Coast.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You don't have a full face. You've just got a little...
Yeah, fillers to enhance, not to change.
Yeah.
My Discover Weekly this week on Spotify. No good.
People who don't understand roundabouts.
Don't. Photos coming up of your exes in your camera roll, even though you muted their face.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I said forget this person. The fuck is that?
Steve Jobs haunting us from the grave. Those sticky things on the back of influencers' phones.
Oh, yeah!
I want one so bad, but how do you get it in your pockets? I've just been wondering this.
Yeah, but this is quite big as well. And it's only it's flat with a little
But that's not like a sticky object.
No, but you know, they're just tiny little things. I think you probably would have to go, you know?
I don't know, but I want answers.
I should get some off Temu. Out, not being able to take Bambi to cafes because it's a fucking nature reserve. Unless she's a service dog.
Ew.
I know, I'm going to buy her.
A little vest.
Yeah,
Cute.
off Temu.
And it will say...
service dog.
Service dog.
My mum's retarded.
Okay, do you have any more?
No, that was it.
Slay. Slay the house down, Roots Mama Purr, Sissy Queen Chic.
Let's go!
Okay.
laughing like a witch. In!
Oi, I have been, when I edit back the pod, I laugh like a witch, and it's the exact same as my mum, and we used to pay my mum out about it so bad, and now I do it. The genes are strong. Alright, tell me your big in and your big out.
Okay, my big in this week is the McDonald's Corporation. Huge. It's a huge one.
It is a huge one.
And worth a big segment.
Mm.
And my out this week is female love chemicals. Is that what we're going to call it? The female love chemicals. The female post-sex chemicals, casual sex as a woman. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do we want to call it? All of the above.
All of the above. We'll just roll with all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure throughout conversation we'll come to a direct title.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Work it out in the remix, if
Yeah.
you will. So my in this week is pop Era Resurgence. And my out this week is Heroin, Chic.
Very controversial considering I'm very much into losing weight this week.
I know.
But it's important to talk about because it's unhealthy really, isn't it?
Yeah, trigger warning eating disorders for this episode for sure. So if you are triggered by eating disorders, just take caution or don't listen.
Yeah.
What should we start with? Ins, outs? What's the vibe for today?
Only ins.
I think ins too.
I
I was just about to say. I was like, okay, if we're not gonna get, I'll make the decision. Okay.
Doing the podcast during the day is different.
I know.
We haven't done a day
day
pod in ages.
Yeah. It is different, and it's hot because it's windy outside.
Oh, you're a hot person. I'm a cold person.
I know. Okay, so ins. I want to do your in first.
Okay,
I think
perfect.
It's really fun.
In the McDonald's Corporation. What made me think about this the other day? So I'm a big McDonald's girl. McDonald's is my favorite fry. I know people will go Hungry Jack's, medium fry, KFC, whatever. Like we could obviously just decide.
Yeah, it's a great conversation. The tiers of fast food.
Yeah, it really is. But the McDonald's franchise itself truly is incredible. I was driving home, had a cheeseburger in my hand, and I'm eating the pickle, and I just thought to myself, do you remember as a kid? Everyone was like, hey, can I have a cheeseburger? No tomato sauce, just the meat, just the cheese, no pickles, no onions, you know?
I didn't have freak friends like that.
I feel like everyone as a kid were always like peeling the pickle off, and you got teased at school if you had a fucking pickle and you liked the pickle. It was like no good. Anyway, as like working in business and, you know, being part of like seeing how people make decisions, surely McDonald's would have gone, look, we're seeing in the orders and the customizations, like 60%, 70%, 80% of people are ordering no pickles. And you know what they did? They kept the pickles.
Yeah.
They stuck to their guns.
Well, it's a very dividing thing, pickles, and I'm a huge pickle girl. I always have been. I love pickles. I love olives.
Same. Well, I haven't always liked pickles.
I'm actually getting extra pickles on my cheeseburger, and I want every single bite to have a pickle in it.
No, but I agree. And I think that the pickle makes the burger. The pickle and the onions. So even though I reckon to make 90% of the population happy, they would have been like, look, we should just listen to the people. But they went, no, fuck it. I'm committing to this. I'm creating a standard in burgers. I'm keeping the pickle on.
And you know
and
what?
fuck yes.
Respect.
And respect.
I respect
Respect
that.
to not changing who you are and just owning it. And now you are literally just consistent everywhere. Except I think in America, the beef is a little bit like inconsistent. Like we've got like Angus beef standards here in Australia. The beef is definitely better here.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, you can go really anywhere in the world and expect the McDonald's meal to be very similar.
Oh, it's Japan, but I love as well, what I love about traveling international McDonald's is they have new little secret or different things on the menu.
Slight different things, yes.
Because it's like seasonal and they have their cultural differences.
Like Japanese, it's a little bit smaller. The medium is actually a small.
Of course it is. Those skinny legends. And America, obviously they're huge over there too.
Yes.
Like the drinks and everything.
Yep.
I remember going to, I think it was in Rome, and the McDonald's there is the bougiest McDonald's you've ever seen. It's got it's that old architecture and it's just so fancy and it just looks like another piece of history, but it's a McDonald's.
I know, it's gorgeous. And they have here it's sweet and sour sauce is like the OG.
Yeah.
Over there it's like mayo or mustard.
Hoisin sauce.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? Welcome McDonald's. Anyway, I think that's great. Like the cheeseburger thing really got me thinking. And then I thought the training, being in recruitment, having HR, like you see someone and their resume, as soon as you see McDonald's, even they could be the biggest scumbag dropout kid that you've ever met. They've got McDonald's on their resume.
Yeah.
Oh, they must be great. You know, they know how to deal with worldwide national standards.
Yeah, that's
Worldwide or national, both.
both. I wonder if it's the same standard all around the world. Surely.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be slight differences.
How many policies and procedures can be written? You know?
It would be insane. And I also think, like, also how we were talking about, like, the cultural differences, how they can be so similar, but then, like, you go to America and they don't know what Macca's is.
Yeah, isn't that
But here, it's like a My Macca's app.
Yeah, literally.
Macca's is...
It's a part of the brand identity.
Yes, they fully just went, we're leaning in to the fact that society's called us Macca's.
Yeah.
And now we're owning it.
God, whoever's doing their marketing needs a raise.
Oh, they probably are on so much money. What else? Oh, I wanted to talk about the cookies.
Oh
Are
my
they still
God.
a thing? And if you went to McDonald's and ordered a cookie, do you think you're getting one from 1994?
Yes. 100%.
I need to order them. I really wanted to actually, I had in my head I should bring some.
Oh, they're good. They're still fucking banging.
Yeah,
they are still a
right?
thing.
I reckon they're long life too. I reckon if they were in a bomb shelter, you'd have cookies from
100%.
Macca's in there.
Not to throw Romney under the bus, but the other day she had McDonald's and she woke up the next morning and she's like, do you think I could eat this? It's been out of the fridge all night. And I was like, no. And our friend Alex was on the phone and she's like, yeah, they're made to like withstand like years. Honestly, you probably couldn't be fine. I was like, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to get a bit of diarrhea. But
Yeah.
rank, but also you probably would be fine.
Well, they said they saw that photo of a McDonald's
That
cheeseburger in a
cheeseburger.
safe.
Yeah.
That's insane. So the cookies, I'm interested about the parties
Oh my God.
as an early millennial.
Bring back the parties.
I know.
Bring back the parties.
I know. We used to always play What's the Time, Mr. Wolf on the front of the lawn.
That's a good game. I wonder if there's an age limit on them because I would love to have my 30th.
And a Mac system. I know, honestly.
And then let's go rip the town. Like, can we have late night ones? Everyone bring a flask. Just put a little drink, a little spiked drink.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it. Yeah, absolutely. And like just the universal slime that's on every playground.
Yeah.
They smell. You know, like they're grimy. From everyone's like McDonald's fingers.
McDonald's fingers and probably like shit that's leaking out of the kids' underwear. It's
And my
gross.
last thing I wanted to talk about that's a little bit more of an out for McDonald's. So sorry everyone, I'm on call. Okay, so my out with McDonald's.
Yeah.
So, and you're going to agree, I mean everyone's going to agree, we've talked about it probably before. The day they stopped stirring McFlurries was the day I think, like I can't.
The day the world stopped.
The day the world stopped turning for me was the day the McFlurry stopped turning. They created, okay, this is how amazing McDonald's is. They went, we're going to think efficiently, we're going to think, what are we going to do? We're going to actually make the spoon a stirrer. We're going to create a special machine that we can stick the spoon in. I used to be so excited to watch the spoon stir the McFlurry, and they created that whole machine for it, remember?
I was never a McFlurry girl.
Have you?
I know the spoon.
You know the spoon.
I know the law.
And
it's still square.
Yes, it's square, and it fit in the machine, and then the machine went in and it like turned and mixed it, and it was like all of a sudden it's like the machine broke and the Mr. up in head office went too expensive to repair.
So true, and it was always breaking.
So then all of a sudden there were the spoons because they had to probably run out the stock spoons.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Do you think it has something to do with the plastic ban?
No.
Really?
No, me and Aiden were talking about this last night, that the spoons remained even before the plastic.
Oh.
Yeah. I reckon it was maintenance on the machine because it
Yeah.
would have had to be a custom machine.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they just kept opening them and they were like, every time we put one of these machines in here, let's just... But then, come on. Like, I feel there was a time there that they were manually stirring the McFlurries for you.
Yeah.
And they were just doing like a quick one. Now they don't even bother. Everything sits at the top.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted for a McFlurry.
It's shit. I actually prefer, and this is so rogue, I prefer a Storm.
No.
Kit Kat Storms, I'm all here for them now.
The Hungry Jack's desserts off tap.
That's a
The
Storm,
sticky
brother.
pudding. I know.
Oh. I was like, that is Hungry Jack's.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is better at Hungry Jack's. I'm such a Hungry Jack's stan.
Okay, I'm into Hungry Jack's now, mainly because there's a Hungry Jack's. We're like, I respect the McDonald's franchise and the consistency, but am I absolutely going to Hungry Jack's instead of McDonald's?
No.
Yes,
Oh.
I'm going to Hungry Jack's instead because it's closer to my house.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to Burger King. I don't know. Or maybe, I mean, Burger King's probably
Burger
legit.
King's the same. We're just a Jack's because I think Australia got sued because they weren't actually like a part of it. So we're like, all right, Jack's pretty hungry.
But you know what? The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Yeah. And I remember as well, this is just like back to the fries. I remember their fries used to be so shit and they taste so much like oil. And then they must have clocked on and had some feedback because then the fries became incredible.
Don't like them.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'll just go fist to myself.
I'm still a Macca's fry girl. If I could go to McDonald's, just get the fries, get the burger from Hungry Jack's, the dessert from Hungry Jack's, and you know what? I mean, the post-mix Coke's pretty standardized, but
yeah, I need Hungry Jack's for lunch. I've decided after this conversation.
yeah, I'm a big fan. Although I had a Whopper Junior the other day. It was fucking tiny, bro.
Oh, it's not big enough.
It's not big enough for me, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Me being like not being able to lose weight. Anyway, that's my in. That's pretty much it.
Gorgeous. I love it.
Pickles, training, cookies, McFlurry, and parties.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we need to remember all of this. I need to do some research into the parties. So
Hey, can you do this? You know when you're concealer?
yeah,
I don't think
it's
you'd see it, but I
No.
think once you do that, it'll go away.
I
It's
also
gone
didn't
now.
brush my eyebrows before this, which is making me panic.
The panic in your eyes.
Alright, so in for me this week is pop Era Resurgence. I used to be a huge pop girly, like
Yeah.
Lady Gaga. I was staying up till 2 a.m. to watch the fucking live premiere of her music videos,
Yeah.
learn all the dance moves,
Yeah.
and then like the pop queens sort of just like faded out, you know, which is fine. We go through eras, but at the moment, the pop girlies are doing the most for
They
music.
They are.
Chaperone, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, even though she's more hyper pop, and Billie Eilish, I've never been like huge stans of these girls
Same.
either. Like I'm like, oh yeah, they're like singles, and be like, that's a good song, but I'm not listening to it on repeat. They all have me in a fucking chokehold at the
100%.
moment. It's so good. Chaperone especially is my big one at the moment.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
moved on from Billie and now I'm in love with Chaperone.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
well, I wonder if she'll date. And she's a bisexual queen. And what I love about her music is that the girl music is all really like fun and she's talking about these amazing experiences, and then all the sad songs are about boys. Like, it says enough in itself.
Yeah, no, literally.
And
Badass.
what I love about Chaperone, she said on her TikTok that like since becoming really big, because she's trying to be making it for years.
Yeah.
Didn't say that right the second time either.
She's been trying to make it.
For years, and she finally has, and she said like, because I think it used to be a pretty toxic industry, especially with like Charlie XCX and Lorde, like they hated each other, and then they've just, that's why this
I feel
worked it out on the remix is so big, because they've done this remix of the song and they're like talking about how they both thought they hated each other and the industry kind of put them against each other. But she said that Chaperone has said that all of the pop girlies are reaching out to her, like sending love, sending advice, and supporting girls, like girls supporting girls.
Yeah. Talented queens supporting talented queens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, what I love about this kind of music, is the way it makes you feel. If you want to feel like a baddie, if you want to feel like the hottest, sexiest bitch strutting cunt down the runway, put on Charlie, Chappell, Sabrina.
But I even think I don't know if it's the same genre, but I'm still like, it's your Doja.
Oh yeah.
It's your Ray.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Oh, I just feel powerful. I feel hot as fuck.
Yeah.
But then if I also want to cry my fucking eyes out, give me a bit of Olivia Rodrigo, what is her name? Olivia someone.
Yeah.
Every single song on her album. Do you get deja vu?
Yeah, it's the good.
Yes.
Like I've said last episode, I don't cry. I can't cry. It's really hard for me to cry because I'm on these antidepressants. But I was listening to Charlie's song that she wrote about Sophie. Do you know the Sophie Law? So Sophie was a transgender hyperpop queen. She started the whole hyperpop sort of scene. And she was on holidays and she fell and she died. Like, just died out of nowhere. And she was good friends with Charlie. And Charlie wrote a song called So I was sobbing in the car on the way to work, like just listening to the lyrics, because oh my god, it's just so beautiful. I didn't know that it was about her, And then I saw, again on TikTok, our news source of the 2024, that it was about her, and I listened to it, and it was just so beautiful. So now I'm giving you homework. You need to go and listen to that song and cry in your car. So on the Brat album.
Also, which one is it? Sabrina Carpenter?
No, Charlie XCX.
Okay.
Also, just Brat everything at the moment.
Yeah.
Everything. Any type of green, I'm like, Brat green. That's so Brat, that's so Julia. Also, the marketing rollout for Brat has been insane.
Incredible. Yeah, I agree.
Terry has done such a good job. It's Benny Drama's boyfriend. You know Benny Drama? Benny Drama 7?
I need to listen to more TikToks.
It's just been divine, and I'm eating up every moment of it. The 2024 is for the girlies and gays.
Oh, 100%. We've been saying this.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Men are out, bears are in, the girls and gays are in. So that's my in.
Big fan.
Yeah, huge fan.
I remember I cut a full fringe like Lady Gaga. When Lovesick was out, let's have some fun this week. As you had the platinum fringe.
I was doing the bows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to do that.
Yeah. I was in a full short layer, full fringe, platinum blonde. I could find one.
Oh please.
Oh.
I'm
it was a
big
lot.
French girly.
Okay. Well, speaking of for the girlies,
Mm.
let's talk about our chemicals.
Well done. Yeah.
Let's talk about our chemicals. We love to think that we are sex positive. We don't need boyfriends.
Yeah.
We don't need boyfriends. We can appreciate sex. We can appreciate our urges, all of the things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're so fine. I think that we're not into slut shaming.
No.
At all. I would love to be able to just be a slut.
Oh, I know.
Honestly. And this is not a pick me thing to say. I feel like a lot of women feel the same.
Yes.
I speak to all of my girlfriends. I cannot have good, the emphasis is on the good, casual sex, and then not feel something.
I know. Well,
the two cannot exist.
That's the thing, because if it's bad, you're like, I feel nothing.
Yeah, so you're like,
again.
Sure, I can do it again.
If it's good, then you're like, oh fuck, I'm hooked, line and sinker. Like, that's my dick. That's my dick for life. I could be married to this dick.
That's boyfriend dick.
Yeah. And it's dangerous.
Impregnate me goes into your head.
Yes.
Like, that's alright.
It's scary. And I know that's like what sex does to us. It's like your body is telling you, you're in love with this person, have babies with them. Like that, the chemicals are saying it's right. The pheromones are working.
They're doing exactly what nature intended.
And it's scary, especially if you're fucking your friends.
That's why I won't. Especially because if you respect and know a person, and then you can add something like that in the mix.
Well, that was another reason why I didn't want to fuck any friends, because I was like, what if it's bad? What if it's bad? I'll never be able to look at you.
Yeah, worse if it's good.
Exactly. And then I was like, oh my god, now I'm in the worst predicament.
Yeah, it's not it.
And then, although that's the next day, you're like, oh, what are these feelings? What are these thoughts? And then the following day, you're like, oh.
And that's what I mean, 100%. It's not that we're like, you get obsessed with people. It's just that you can't help but like...
It's the chemicals.
It's the chemicals. And it makes it really hard, because I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I really don't want a relationship. I'm really working on myself. I don't need distractions. Because I do think, again, I don't know if it's a woman thing or what it is, but in a relationship, you tend to just kind of like prioritize. New relationships take work. They do. They take work, they take energy. You're trying to invest in someone else. You're learning their ways. You're finding compromises.
Yeah.
So a lot of other things have to take a little bit of a backseat. I don't have time for that right now, so I'm a bit like, okay, I don't have time to be in a relationship. But I also don't want to have casual sex with someone I don't like, because it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So what's the point? Because the admin of casual sex, STIs, conversations about condoms.
Yeah.
The STI checks, like we said, like, yeah, you got to go to the sexual health clinic and it's free. That's in Southport. I want to go to my regular doctor. I'm paying $150. It's so not worth it. Anyway, there's not much to it other than the fact that it's out.
It's out.
The chemical in my brain that says I'm in love with someone when I have sex with someone that's good. So now I'm going to have to go through the phase where you become a virgin again.
I know.
And you don't want to have sex. I'm kind of like in that phase.
I've just come out of that phase and now I'm sexually awakened again, and I'm like, I want to have sex with literally everyone and everything.
It's so hard, because once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah, it's Pringles in a can, sex.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's dangerous.
It is.
What? I think I would love to know if this is just a girl thing. Like, boys, give us your thoughts, because like what we were saying earlier, when a guy likes someone and a girl isn't having sex with them, like, you know how girls do the whole like 3 dates, like, and then we're having sex. Oh, what's your numbers? What's your
you can only have sex with someone 3 to 5 times or someone gets feelings.
Yeah.
But
guys, like, it's the opposite. When girls withhold, they end up liking them and respecting them even more.
I've got it. And I used to always say this. It's the animal kingdom. So, women, when you watch, like, David Attenborough, it's like the lions and stuff, right? The lions, the mum, she gives birth, she stays with the cubs, she nurtures them, right? So their hormones is to, like, nurture, to love, to grow these children, whatever. Usually, the lion, the dad, the male, what does he like? The hunt.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, it all makes sense.
They love the hunt. So they're hunting and hunting and hunting and hunting and looking, and then they fuck and then they fuck off. Then the mum's stuck with the babies. Oh. So it's like and then all of a sudden it's when they're old and grey and bored and like can't be fucked anymore, then they just settle. They just go, they'll do. And then they're like hanging around the packs again because they just can't be bothered to hunt anymore. And then they send the women out to hunt for them.
Yeah, that kind of shit makes me sick to my stomach, because I'm like, oh, we're actually just animals.
We are. We are.
We're not conscious.
No.
We are unconscious beings.
Yeah.
And it's sickening. Like, we should be better than this. We should be more evolved. How have we not continued evolving? Honestly, the evolution has stunted.
Yeah, it's really sad. And this is why when I look at any person that I've ever wanted to be with, and when they end up with someone, I'm just like, no, you just picked that person.
Yeah.
They were just like hunt and hunt and hunt, and then they're like, oh, she'll do.
And it's always the one after you.
They call me good luck Chuck, I tell ya. You guys want to find the love of your life? You should date me for a hot minute first.
There's no segue here.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Sorry,
I've got
a good scratch.
Yeah, in, and then you want it.
It's honestly close to an orgasm.
Oh yeah, it's so good. And then, because I get these hives on the back of my legs, sometimes when I'm in the shower and I put something with like the hot water on it.
Burning.
Yeah.
And you scratch my head. It's so mean. I was straightening my hair the other day, or if I ever blow my hair once in blue moon, I like leave it on the spot for a bit and I'm like, oh yeah, that's itching so good. It's like, oh, it's absolutely tapped.
It's so good.
Speaking of absolutely tapped, my out this week, Heroin Chic. I've heard on the trend forecasting for a little while now that Heroin Chic, that real skinny, early 2000s, 90s look is coming back, and I didn't want to believe it. I never thought the day low-rise jeans or low-rise anything would come back.
No, I know. Or cargos.
Exactly. You just never know. But I saw Teffy, our beloved Teffy, talking about this the other day, because she's of our generation, and about how scary this is.
Yes.
Because it's shit that literally rewires your brain as a young girl. And for all the young girls growing up, they've grown up in such, like, the beauty standards have changed. Kim Kardashian really changed the beauty standards, and the lighting has also changed outside. She really changed the beauty standard. Bigger bums, bigger boobs, like a natural, even though it's not natural, body shape, like an actual womanly structure. So they've grown up in that era. They didn't live through Tumblr. They didn't live through...
You'll have to absolutely make sure you cut that out.
A little blur. Buy to unlock. Yeah, kids these days, I'm worried that if this does come back in, that they're all going to end up really sick, because these thoughts, they never go away.
Yeah.
They never go away. You can quiet it. You can put it to the back of your head. You can do the therapy, but it will always be there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree, and I think that the kids of today aren't ready, because we grew up in that whole heroin chic, like, but we probably didn't have access to. We didn't have access to the internet as much. We didn't have access to, like, substances that kids have these days. Like all the content that people are consuming, like the access that kids have versus us is insane. So then
exponential.
And it's the same as, like, again, we say back in our day, but like growing up 10, 15 years ago, you know, there wasn't that like gender neutral sort of, like, there was none of that. Yeah, there was none of that. And it wasn't so open. So it's like to have such detrimental beauty standards put on top of already a quite a, like, tough culture, I guess. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, it's scary. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience growing up as a teen. When I was like 15 or so, I think things started to really become a bit scary. It was the era of Tumblr, which like you could access. It was essentially, if you're skinny, you're hot. If you're fat, you're ugly.
Yeah.
And everyone felt this way. It was in the media. And there was on Tumblr, like hashtag pro Anna, hashtag Anna. Like it was, and they had to end up like locking it all down because there was tips and tricks and photos of girls with eating disorders.
Yes.
And it would like inspire you more to be more harmful, restrict your eating. This is the ways you can do it to fool people around you.
Use a laxative.
Yeah.
I remember going to the chemist once and buying laxatives.
Yeah.
Like, I was 14.
That's fucked.
I know.
So I literally would just eat iceberg lettuce. That's it. Go for runs in the morning, like extreme runs. I actually drank coffee. I'd never have liked coffee, but I drank coffee because I would force myself. I was like, low calories, it's going to give me energy, because I had no fucking energy from eating lettuce. And I ended up getting sick one morning from eating nothing, going for a run. And that's especially why I hated coffee. So I never really spoke about that. That was like the real reason why I didn't like coffee. So yeah, my parents got me into therapy. And because they were like, obviously things aren't looking good for you, you're going through some shit. And I was obsessed with modeling, beauty industry, magazines, and then sort of worked through a lot in therapy, but it never really went away, like I said, because I never really focused on healing myself. So I started modeling when I was 18, and I was like, oh fuck, this could be really, really dangerous. I got the opportunity to go to Italy. Yeah. I said no, because I knew if like I invest myself for this to be my career, I'm going to end up fucked. Like I'm going to end up so sick. I was already still pretty sick. Like I was still depressed, and you know, it's those feelings of you're not good enough. Like I'm not good enough because I'm not skinny enough.
Yeah, associating your worth with your weight is so fucked.
And it's just a number. Like it's literally just a number, and you'd be measured. Scales, like I can't have scales. I can't have scales because it's literally just a number. Yeah. Like what size clothes you're wearing. Like I remember when I became like a size 10 at one stage, I was distraught about it. Yeah. Because, and like I'm taller as well, so sometimes I do have to fit a fucking 10. Yeah. But it's literally a number. And it's actually not worth it. It's not worth the demonic thoughts that you have for the rest of your life about yourself. You literally have to rewire everything, and it's not worth the damage you do to your body. Like your heart, your liver, like everything.
The long-term stuff. It's the same as like your teeth. Yeah. Like, you know, all of it. Yeah. All of it. It's just.
So through a lot of therapy and learning how to love myself, abundance mindset, there was a lot of healing. And I remember my parents used to say to me as well, like, what about baby Gray? Like, baby Gray used to be so happy. We don't understand, like, why you feel like this. And it's just because they've just, so much media was just shoved in us, and like the magazines and interviews and everything, that it made majority of us fucking sick. Like, I don't know one person that hasn't had any sort of disordered eating or like a unhealthy relationship with food. I'd much rather someone tell me that you feel like sunshine, or like you have such a good energy, than you look so thin, you look so skinny.
Oh, and this is why, and this is just a side note, but like this is why I'm so careful about complimenting someone on the way they look after a breakup. Yes. Because I have never gotten so many compliments on you look good, you look so good, you look good. Because I haven't eaten in 3 days. Yeah. I eat one thing a day. Exactly. And if I overeat, I'm going to the bathroom to spew it up because I hate myself. But everyone's telling me I look good. I've just lost 12 kilos in 6.5 weeks. That's not healthy, and it's not sustainable. And then I'm like, okay, now that I'm happy, I'm not getting the compliments like I used to. Exactly. But it's like the inside of me was rotting.
We've all had to, I really am very mindful about how like I never compliment people on the way they sort of look physically. Like, you know, that's a beautiful lipstick, whatever, fine. Yeah. But like I just can't do it anymore because it's just so fucked. And I know everyone around my age has gone through this as well. So I'm really proud of the younger generation for being like, fuck it, I'll wear a low rise and have a little bit of a belly, a little bit of a, what are these called?
Muffin top.
Love handle muffin top. And like, there is still a part of me when I like see that I'm like, oh,
Same.
which is fucked. But I know that it's me. It's a me problem. It's not a them problem. And like also they look cunt. They're serving their slave.
I know, I agree, because I think the same thing, and a lot of the people in my generation one of my like friends of friends was like, oh, she shouldn't be wearing that, and I'm like, no, good on her for being able to wear that, because talk to me at 22, if I looked like that, I would have been like, no, I can't wear a low rise because it's too much of my gut out or this and that, and I had no fat on my stomach.
Exactly. I like when I was modeling, I remember a brand put me in low rise, and I was like, you're fucking kidding me, like how the fuck am I going to stand in front of a camera and sell this? Like I hate this. Fuck you little Gen Zers for putting me in this. And like I used to stand in front of the mirror and literally like pull my hips back like one side and pull my hips back because I hated my hips so much. And now you want to get them out on show. Like I just felt like they were too big. And then when the photos came back, I was like, oh, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. And also, who fucking cares?
Who cares? And this is one thing that you got to think about. Like, everyone's just so focused on themselves. No one cares that much about you.
Yeah.
That's like why I'm just like, at the end of the day, like, someone will make a comment and be like, oh, you look nice or whatever. But they're not going home and going, fuck, she looked really nice.
Yeah.
Fuck, she shouldn't have been wearing those pants. Like, they'll think it, then it'll go.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen that picture of, you know, her name's Jemima, I think, from Girls, and someone's like said something about like how do you cope with how do you cope with like what people think about you or whatever, and then I'll put it in, and she just goes, I think you guys think about yourselves too much. I think about that every single day because it's so true. Why are you so concerned about how others are perceiving you? Like,
I know.
You're gonna die one day. There's people dying on the other side of the world. Like, it's such a small problem. No one cares about you.
Well, that's why I said I'm like lean into being misunderstood.
Yeah.
Like when someone thinks something of you, don't fight them on it. All right. Cool.
If that's what you think, that's your narrative.
Cool. I'll just lean into that because at the end of the day, you don't fucking know me. I only know me.
Yeah,
I know what's inside my brain. I know who I am. I know what I want to be and what I want to achieve and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like what you think about me actually has no relevance to the outcome of my life.
I know. Literally.
Ridiculous.
So yeah, that's all I really want to say.
Yeah, don't let your worth be because of your weight or validated by your weight.
I think if you have a comfortable, confident energy, people pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that really matters, is the energy that you put out to other people. If you have open arms and a loving heart, like, the world is your oyster.
And I think to myself all the time as well, it's just like, in a breakup, you like don't eat and you get real skinny and you're like, maybe they'll love me if I'm skinny.
No.
Still doesn't work, guys.
No.
It's not a thing. And then they end up being with someone who's like a normal person too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's actually not about that. Your weight is not whether or not you get the job, whether or not you get the boy, whether or not anything. Like, it is who you are, the energy you are to be around. Like, people want to be around people.
Yeah.
That are fun to be around.
Yeah. Seriously.
Not skinny, hungry assholes because they're hungry.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm fighting demons every day. It never ends.
No.
Pray for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks for coming to this week's episode.
Thanks for coming.
And we are going to have another guest on soon. Hopefully we've got a couple in mind, which is going to be very fun.
Yeah.
Strap in.
Strap in, strap on, and sink in.